As you've seen from the thumbnail, I met Ed Sheeran, and I just wanted to document this story, this meeting of how I met Ed, because I don't know if I'll remember the details. A lot of people have been asking me, so tell me, how was it like meeting Ed? And so I just thought I'd make a video once and for all explaining how that entire meeting went down. It was May 27th. It was a Monday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. and I was at the San Francisco airport. And at the airport, I went to my gate only to find out that my flight had been delayed by about 20-25 minutes. And so I said, okay, cool. Since I have more time, I'm gonna go up and get something to eat. I went up the escalator, and as I'm getting off the escalator, I'm on my phone, and I look up and I see a man walking towards me that resembles Ed Sheeran. There was no crowd, there was no noise, nothing. It was just the most ordinary thing. And I was like, is that Ed? And then I noticed a man walking beside him. Kevin is Ed's security guard. That's how much of a fan I am, that I know Kevin, which is Ed's bodyguard. And so I was like, that is Ed Sheeran. There's no way that's not Ed Sheeran. And so he was walking towards me, and I turned towards him and I said, hi, Ed. And I couldn't believe I said those words, because I never thought that I would ever actually say that. But he turned back and he said, hey man, what's up? And I was like, just so flabbergasted. I'm like, no way, there's this Ed Sheeran walking around. They were being escorted by a gentleman who works at the airport, and he was taking Ed to a restaurant to get some food. And once they reached that restaurant, I was like, man, I gotta tell him something. I gotta say hi. I gotta take this moment. And so I walked up to the guy escorting them, and I said, excuse me, sir, do you mind if I just speak to Ed and just say hi? I just wanted to just have a quick chat with him. And I didn't know what I wanted to say, and so I'm processing this all in my head while I'm trying to get him to talk. And Ed and his security guy were trying to order some food, and I'm at the back just, making some noise trying to talk to the guy who's escorting them from the airport. Kevin turns back, who's Ed's bodyguard, and he says, would you back off for a bit? Give us some space. And I was like, whoa, sorry. I said, I'm sorry. And he was just doing his job. So, Kevin, it's okay, I understand. And so I stepped back, and I was waiting on my phone. I'm just like, man, what do I say to him? What do I do? And this thought crosses my mind, which is very random. But I was like, I should pay for his food. And so I'm just like, okay, let me go pay for his food. And as I look up, I see Ed Sheeran walking towards me with his hand out, and he's coming to shake my hand. And I was like, there's no way that this guy is walking towards me. And it was so surreal. And he came and he's like, hey man, how's it going? I said, hey Ed, so nice to meet you. It's such an honor to, actually meet you in person. This is quite surreal. And he's like, yeah, of course. Where are you from? And I said, oh, I'm from India. He said, oh, where from? And I said, I'm from Bangalore. He said, oh, I was supposed to play there last year. I heard that he'd been to Mumbai recently for a concert, and he said, yeah, it's been amazing. And he said, I'm actually on my way to India right now. And I said, what? He said, yeah. And I said, are we on the same flight? He said, I don't know. Are you on Qatar Airways? And I said, yes, I am. What? This is pretty surreal that I went on the same flight. And he just laughed it off. And then I said, I just wanted to tell you, and more importantly, I just wanted to thank you for being an amazing songwriter and just sharing your music with me, with us, with the world. Your music has truly inspired me in more ways than you could imagine. So inspired that I've started, my own songwriting journey, and I've recently released my first song. You've inspired me so much that I bought the exact same Little Martin guitar that you had 10 years ago when I first started watching your videos. I told him that 10 years ago that I was at Mumbai in 2015 when he first came to India, and he was playing his first gig in India. I told him that the Multiply album has probably changed the way I look at music and songwriting, and I've learned every song on that album, and I've even learned to play it back to front on a loop station. I told him I bought a loop station because I watched you absolutely, destroy the gig that we went to. And so I was just in so much gratitude and honor for Ed, and he was just so receptive, and he said, thank you so much, this means the world to me. It's very encouraging to hear that, and we had a full-blown conversation for about 2.5 minutes. It was very, very special to me. I didn't want to be that fan that just went up and be like, hey, I'm a huge fan, can I get a selfie? I wanted to, have a conversation. And now thinking about it, I really wish I could have paid for his meal. I know I kind of processed the whole conversation of him saying, no, you don't need to, don't be silly or whatever, but I really wish I could. That would have been like the smallest way to say thanks. We finished talking, and he said, if you don't mind, I'm gonna head on over and have lunch with my friends. I said, please, please, I don't mean to keep you too long. Please carry on. And I said, if you don't mind, before we go, do you mind if I... And then before I could even finish my sentence, he said, yeah, let's take a selfie. And so I pulled out my phone. He said, let me take it. And he took my phone and he took a selfie. And this is it. And after that, he said, cheers, man, have a good evening. And he walked away. He took his 2 cups of sauce, picked up his beer, and he went and had lunch with his team. He was with 2 other people and his security guy, Kevin. And I went and sat in, by my gate, and I was just watching him eat for 1 hour, and I was just like, how is nobody recognizing him? Possibly the greatest or the most famous musician on this earth right now, and no one is hounding him, which is pretty surreal. They eventually called for boarding, and I made my way to the gate, and I was waiting in line. Everyone was waiting in line, and Ed Sheeran just came down, walked in, no one said anything, and life moved on. And yeah, I never saw him after that. But that was my meeting with Ed Sheeran, and it's a day I'll never forget. It was very special to me. If anyone knows how much Ed Sheeran means to me, that meeting was something I never imagined and never fathomed. I truly believe in divine appointment. I don't believe it was coincidence. I don't believe in luck. I just believe that God had a plan for me, that He knew how much it would mean to me, and so that was that. Thank you so much for watching this video and staying till the end. One thing that I forgot to tell Ed that I want to tell him now, because obviously Ed, you're watching this video till the end. We're going to collaborate on a song together, and it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait for that moment to happen. So I'll see you soon, Ed Sheeran.